In this video, we're going to be talking about the skill of finding the area between two concentric circles. These two concentric circles, one circle inside of the other, we're needing to find the area between the two of them, which in the picture is represented by the shaded part. So in this first example, it says, at a park there's a pool shaped like a circle. A ring-shaped path goes around the pool. Its inner radius is 7 yards and its outer radius is 10 yards. So we're looking at the circle of the pool, the white part being the pool, has a radius of 7 yards. And then if you have the pool and the path put together, that's the larger circle. The part outside, here is the smaller circle, the pool itself, the radius of 7 yards, and then the bigger circle is the pool and the path, okay, has a radius of 10 yards. So we're going to use a shapes plan here in order to solve for the area of the dotted path, okay? And then we'll continue on with the question, which is basically asking us something in addition to that. So our first step is we want to create a shapes plan. We want to take the big circle, the path and the pool put together. So we're going to take the large circle and we're going to find its area. And then we're going to take the smaller circle, which is the pool, and we're going to find its area. And then to find just the path, just the dotted part here along the outside, if we subtract the two circles, we will find the area of just the dotted part. Okay, so we're going to take large circle minus small circle, but you'll have to find the area of those individual circles to begin with. Okay, so area of a circle is area equals pi r squared. So we're going to find area of the big circle, area of the small circle, and subtract the two. So area of the large circle, I'm going to move my work down here. Area equals pi r squared. For the big circle, pi is always 3.14. They're telling us to use that. And then radius in the large circle that we're working on is 10. Okay. And then we have the 3.14 smushed against the parentheses, which means to multiply, and we have an exponent. In order of operations, the exponent wins out over multiplication, so we have to do 10 squared first. 10 times itself is 100, and then 100 times 3.14 is 314. Okay, so the area of the large circle is 314. Now we're going to find the area of the small circle. So again, starting with your formula, area equals pi r squared, and then we're going to substitute our information in that we know, 3.14, and the radius in this circle of the smaller circle is 7. So 7 in for radius. Again, exponents before multiplication. So 7 times itself is 49. And then we need 3.14 times 49. And on that one, we're for sure going to need our calculator. 3.14 times 49 is 153.86. Okay, so we have a small circle value and we have a large circle value. In order to find the dotted path, we said we needed to subtract those. That's our shapes plan coming into play. So in your calculator, we're going to do 314 minus 153.86, and we get 161.14. Okay, that is the area of the shaded part. Okay, but that's not the entire question. That's just a step in the process. Okay, this is the area of the dotted path. Following up, continuing to read the problem, it says we are going to give a new layer of coating to the path If 1 gallon of coating can cover 6 yards, how many gallons of coating will we need? Note that the coating comes only by the gallon, so the number of gallons must be a whole number. Okay, so the path has an area of 161.14 square yards, and we can only buy in increments of 6 yards. So we are going to take that total area of the path and divide by each 6 square yards, because that's 1 gallon of paint. So our entire area divided by the 6 gallons each can of paint can cover. So 161.14 divided by 6 gives us 26.856 repeating. Okay. And it says that the coating only comes by the gallon. So we can't buy 0.856 repeating parts of a gallon. We have to either buy 26 gallons or 27 gallons. If we only buy 26 gallons, we're not going to be able to coat the entire path. Okay, so in this particular problem, we're going to have to round up. So our answer here is 27 gallons will need to be purchased. Okay, if the answer we had gotten was 26.0001, we would still have to round up to 27. I know our normal rounding rules say 5 or bigger you round up and less than 5 you round down, but even if it's just a small decimal value, we still have to round up so that we have enough paint in order to complete the job. Okay, let's take a look at another one. We're still going to use our shapes plan, all right? So a flower garden is shaped like a circle. It has a radius of 17 yards. A ring-shaped path goes around the garden, and its width is 5 yards. The gardener is going to cover the path with sand. If 1 bag of sand can cover 4 yards, how many bags of sand does the gardener need? Note the sand only comes by the bag, so the number of bags must be a whole number. Use 3.14 for pi. All right, so we're still going to use our shapes plan. Okay. Big circle minus small circle. Okay. The small circle has a radius of 17. Okay. So area equals pi r squared. Area is 3.14. Radius is 17, and we're squaring it. Okay. The area of the large circle, this is a smidge bit different this time. They didn't give us the full radius of the large circle. They told us that the large circle, the path there, is 5 yards. Okay, well, the garden right here still has a radius of 17. And then the path is 5 yards wide. So if we're trying to find the radius of the large circle, we're taking 17 plus 5, which is 22. Okay, so the radius for our large circle this time we had to work a little bit for, and that gives us 22. So big circle, 3.14 times radius of 22 squared. Okay, so be careful, make sure you get your radius. If they ever give you diameter, remember diameter is 2 radius put together, so you'll have to cut that diameter in 2 or in half so that you find the radius. Okay, so just make sure you have your radius correct. Now we're going to solve 22 squared using your calculator. 22 times 22 is 484. And we're going to take that times 3.14. And that gives us 1519.76. Remember, we're not going to round. And then the small circle, 17 times 17 is 289 times 3.14 is 907 and 46 hundredths. We're going to subtract big circles area minus small circles area. And I get 612 3/10. This is the area of the path, the dotted ring that goes around the garden. And then we have to figure out how many bags of sand we need to purchase. Each bag of sand is going to cover 4 square yards. So we're going to divide our total area by the 4 square yards. And that gives us 153.075. And then we need to know how many bags to purchase. Again, our normal rounding rules would say we round down to just 153 bags of sand. But if we only buy 153 bags of sand, we don't have enough. So in this particular problem, we're going to have to, just like the others, round up. So we need 154 bags of sand in order to complete the project. Go ahead and give this skill a try. If you have additional questions, make sure you have your notes out so your teacher can help you and ask your questions. Thanks.